applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win, yeah. Refuse, mine, it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it, they told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie, I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me, keep on running toes, they gon' take them. Refuse to lose, built to win. Applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I pay for the cost, I'm winning to win, yeah. Refuse to lose, I'm built to win. Applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win, yeah. Refuse.
What's good? What's good? Welcome to Unfazed with my boy Ajae, and I'm JJ. We got a great episode for y'all today. It was a eventful weekend in the NFL, an eventful Sunday and a very eventful Monday. We got to talk about Shedeur Sanders. Is he being sabotaged? I know Ajae got a lot on his chest for a couple of topics on this. Matter of fact, every topic on this segment on this show today, I feel like Ajae got a lot to say. You know, so I do too. Let Ajae know I got a lot to say myself. But before we get into the show and the topics, how you doing, my brother?
I'm doing good, man. Contrary to belief, I feel good, man. I feel good. I'm working at the I don't know if the people know, I'm at the post office now. They got me going through hell. But as far as like sports, I feel great. I'm unfazed. Joe. I feel good. I'm unfazed. I feel all right.
Okay. All right. Well, I know the Cleveland Browns didn't feel unfazed after that loss on Sunday, but we got to talk about that, Ajae. Shedeur Sanders and Cam Ward went crazy. Well, they both didn't go crazy, but Shedeur had a great game, and he went insane in my opinion. He had his best game so far this season, and it was a controversial situation where he let his team down for a game-tying touchdown, and all they needed a 2-point conversion, and he wasn't in the game for the 2-point conversion. But there's been a series of this stuff going on. A lot of things has been going on with Shedeur Sanders since his name has been put in a hat to be drafted. So the question arrives, and you actually brought this question to the table: is Shedeur Sanders being sabotaged?
Yes, undeniably. Bro, I don't think the NFL wants Shedeur Sanders to be successful. I don't think the Cleveland Browns want Shedeur Sanders to be successful. I think this has been a thing since Colorado and before he was drafted. And the media and different analysts and the teams tried to make it seem like this is all talent related. We don't think he's a good quarterback. We don't believe he's a top 2, top 3 in this top 3 pick in this draft. But somehow Tyler Shuck is. Tyler Shuck deserves to be drafted ahead of him. Dylan Gabriel deserves to be drafted ahead of him. You know, all of these other guys deserve to be drafted ahead of Shedeur Sanders because they were, quote unquote, better than him in college. They have more talent. They may be a little easier to deal with. They don't like Deion Sanders. That is a known fact. They don't like Deion. They don't like the attitude that he has. They don't like the bravado that he brings, the cachet that he brings. And it transfers down to his son, who has the same cachet, who has the same demeanor, who has the same kind of mindset, walks in the same confidence that his father does, and rightfully so. He should. He's a good young player. He's a good young player in college. I think he's a good young player now. I look at Colorado. Colorado was terrible before Shedeur Sanders got there. Terrible. Their best season before Shedeur Sanders got there was 2016. They were 10-4 that year. After 2016, 2017, they were 5-7. The following year, 5-7. The year after that, 5-7. We got a 4-8 in here. We got a 1-11 in here. We got a 4-8 in here. Then Shedeur comes along. Now you're 9-4. Now you're competitive. For a moment, you're ranked. For a moment, you're ranked. Now, it didn't last long because, it's Colorado. They just weren't that great. But Shedeur had a very good season. 37 touchdowns, I think 10 interceptions, somewhere around 4,000 passing yards. Like, Shedeur had a great season and showcased why he should be, in my opinion, at the time, a top 2 quarterback coming off of the board in the draft. But again, they tried to mask it like it was other stuff going on. Maybe he, and honestly, I think I came on Unfazed and I said myself, maybe he did bomb them meetings. You can't really blame those guys if he's in those meetings saying he don't want to play for this team and he don't want to play for that team and things of that nature, right? But it gets bad when the whole NFL passes on him and he goes, what was it, the 7th round, Joe?
No, 3rd round. Third.
No, he didn't go in the 3rd.
No, he went in the 4th round. Fourth round pick.
I thought it was later than that. I had to go back and double check.
He was a 4th round pick.
I had to go back and double check. But to let him slide that far and draft all of these guys ahead of him was insane. So now you come to the NFL. Now you're in the league. You're playing for the Cleveland Browns, an organization that we know is trash. That we know do not have a lot of success in drafting young quarterbacks, right? That drafted Dylan Gabriel, then turn around and have ownership say, okay, we need to take Shedeur. We need to take Shedeur. Knowing y'all should have took Shedeur in the first place. It was the 5th round. Is that you put your 5th round? I'm about to say, I know it was a little later.
144th.
144th pick in the 5th round. Right? They take Dylan Gabriel ahead of him, knowing that Dylan Gabriel is not the guy. Everybody knew when that pick was made, he was not the guy. You bring Shedeur in, Shedeur is immediately the guy. But you got Flacco there, and you got Watson there who's not playing. You got Dylan Gabriel, and now you got Shedeur. And Shedeur is the 4th guy on the roster. Like, if Deshaun Watson, who hasn't played well since Houston, is healthy, Deshaun Watson is going to get playing time over him as well. Makes no sense whatsoever. You get rid of Flacco. You come out and say Shedeur is still the 3rd string guy, 2nd string guy. Dylan Gabriel is not going to start. Dylan Gabriel gets hurt. You throw Shedeur out there. Shedeur ain't got no first team reps, so he looks god awful, because he's had no reps. But then you give him a week to get some reps under his belt, and he starts to play good. He starts to look better. Leading up into this game against his counterpart Cam Ward, who was the #1 overall pick, and he throws over 300 something yards. A chance to win the game. Go for the tie. You go for 2 and take him off the field and go with a wildcat play, bro. If this whole situation does not speak sabotage to y'all, I don't know what it's. I don't know what it speaks, because you can't say he's not talented enough to be the starter anymore. You can't say his play has not warranted anyone being able to say, yeah, it was right for him to fall that far in the draft. That's just not the truth, because ain't nobody. Shuck ain't throw up 300 something yards. Cam, to my understanding, hasn't played at that level yet. He's been okay, but he ain't played at that level. Granted, it's Tennessee. You don't have as much over there. You don't have as much over there. I get it. But, I mean, Shedeur playing for Cleveland. Like, it ain't much better. It's not much better. It's not like one is playing for Tennessee and the other is playing for Cincinnati, like where you got T. Higgins and Chase, or Philly. Throw us out there where you got Ajae and Devon. No, you playing for Cincinnati. You playing for you know what I mean? So he's probably playing like the best rookie quarterback outside now. The one player I will say, and I'll give you Cam too, because Cam Ward was already supposed to be the #1 overall draft pick. If you say Cam Ward was supposed to go #1 over him, then that's fine. That boy Dart a problem. I like Dart a lot. And I didn't know we would get all of this early from Dart. He got concussion issues early on. He getting hit a lot. You know, that's one thing. But what I've seen in the flashes of Dart, I had to go pick him up in fantasy. I had to go get him in fantasy. Like, Dart a problem. So if you tell me I'm not taking him over Dart and over Cam Ward, I'm all for you, right? But all of the other names that was mentioned ahead of him, and y'all tried to make it seem like he wasn't as talented as those guys and he couldn't perform at the NFL level, but deep down inside, this is about his dad and about the confidence that Shedeur walks in that you don't like. It's unacceptable, bro. And as a and Kevin Stefanski as a head coach of the Browns, the organization, the Cleveland Browns, I just feel like for y'all to be so bad for so long, this situation is utterly unacceptable. And it doesn't make logical sense because he brings revenue to your franchise, to your team. He brings cachet to your team. He's selling out your jerseys. This helps business. But y'all don't want him to be. You don't want him to be the face. It's crazy to me, man. I heard Stephen A. say he got to get out of there, and I agree. I think Shedeur got to find a way to get out of Cleveland.
Yeah. So at first I wasn't. Now I was agreeing that he got drafted low. It had nothing to do with his performance. It had everything to do with people just passing up on him because they didn't want him on his team, on their team. So I do think that the draft process wasn't right for him. All right, let me start there. So I'm agreeing with that, like Tyler Shuck and all that stuff. You know, like Shedeur Sanders was the second best quarterback in that draft, and Cam Ward, I think deservingly showed he should be the number one pick. Cam Ward, with what he's working with, he's pretty good, and he commands the offense more than what I've seen from a rookie. Like his communication pre-snap is not at a rookie level. Like he's a leader, he commands the offense. I like Cam Ward. Shedeur is second. I have Shedeur over Jackson Dart.
Really?
You know, I do. You know, I think Jackson Dart is a playmaker. I give you that. He's a playmaker. He's gonna make plays. You know, but I thought Shedeur Sanders, in my board, he was a second-ranked quarterback going into the draft. Now, he gets drafted, 5th round, 144th overall. Now, in my opinion, the process between the time he got drafted till now, I don't think, based off where he was drafted, I don't think he was sabotage. And this is why. People say stuff like, you throw him in the game with backups. And I'm like, you throwing him in the game with third stringers. He's a third string quarterback. So, like, for example, Sam Hartman on that team, third string quarterback. So, most likely on that last game, he's going to be playing with third string linemen, third string receivers, third string. That's just how it is. So, my whole thing was everybody kept trying to push Shedeur up because we knew Shedeur he should have been in the front of the line in the first place. But he wasn't in the front of the line. Cool. He's not in the front of the line. He's good enough. Let the man work his way up. And that's exactly what he did. He worked his way up. He had a starting job. That's what my stance was. My stance wasn't ever, once he got drafted fifth overall, it was, all right, you a 5th round pick. Let's shock the world. Let's move from 5th round pick to starting job. So that was that. Now, where the sabotage come in now, his first start, right? I don't know. What just happened? Oh, there we go. The first start, right? He throws that bomb. Remember, he throws the bomb. And everybody like, oh! And what they do right after that? Wildcat. Touchdown. Okay, you got a touchdown. It's cool. Bro, come on, bro. Like, why? I haven't seen this for real. Like, why are we doing this now? All right? And then we look over the last game, like you said. Before the game-winning touchdown, another play, he threw it, and they got down to like the 2 or 3 yard line. They got down the goal line. And what they do? Wildcat. This is actually his first touchdown. Wildcat. And they didn't get in. And guess how they got a touchdown? He throws a dime to Njoku on the left side of the field. A dime. So, and then on overtime, like you mentioned, the man throws another dime for a touchdown. A dime. It's clutch. And this is all in the snow for everybody who's watching. It's all in the snow in Cleveland. It's ice cold. People's hands are numb. You know, he's doing his thing. And he going against his rival, basically. They friends, but on the football field, that's going to be his rival. He upped this game when the pressure was high. It was a big game. And the defense gave up 30-plus points, and he did throw an interception, but he also got a pump block, and one of his guys fumbled. They got points off that. So it wasn't all his fault. So you throw a potential game time touchdown, and then he's not even on the field. Like Carl said, the play they ran, I believe it would have worked too if they would have executed right. But why even do that? Like why? Like why not give him an opportunity? You keep taking him off the field, and out here it's saying like we don't believe in you, we don't trust you, we don't think you can do it. So I do think that right there is sabotages. And like you said, the reason why he didn't get drafted, they talked about interviews. The interviews I've seen him do pre-game and post-game, he's been 1,000% correct. He's been cool, calm, collected. It's been so many times they try to bait him into like throwing Stefanski under the bus, and he won't do it. I remember Dylan Gabriel made a little comment. I forgot what he said in the preseason. He made a comment, and it was flat out wrong. He should never. I forgot what he said, but it was a shout out Shedeur. He should never say that. They try to get Shedeur to respond. Shedeur like he turned it down and like, I'm not about to do this. I'm not about to sit here and put me against my teammate. So the way he's handled the media has been very mature. The only thing I didn't like he did, which I don't think is a huge thing, was after his first game, I didn't think his first game was good. He had some wild moments, but overall wasn't good. And he said, man, it's only after 1 week of practice. I'm like, all right, Shedeur, just keep being humble. Don't be like that right now. See, now this game he just had, he could come out and say, I only worked the starter for 3 weeks. Imagine another 3 weeks. But after that first game, he wasn't good. He had a couple of good moments, but overall he wasn't good. But outside of that, he's been knocking all the interviews out the park. And also, lastly, his teammates love him. His teammates love him. Your best player, Myles Garrett, loves Shedeur. He wants Shedeur to be the starter. When Shedeur threw that first pass in his first game, they showed Myles Garrett. He was like, woo! Like he never seen that before in Cleveland. So if your best player is vouching for him, what are you doing? So that's why I think it's sabotaging, because like you can blatantly see it. First, I wasn't a believer all the way when it came to the Stefanski, but now I am. He's definitely sabotaging stuff.
Joe, the signs started early. That's my case, which is why it doesn't make this moment surprising, bro. It started. You draft him. The man threw for 4,000 yards, 37 touchdowns to just 10 interceptions with a 74 completion percentage at Colorado. Granted, he had some weapons there. He led a team that wasn't nothing to a 9-4 record that was ranked at one point in time. Nobody was talking about, and if Carl is listening, CTC, y'all check him out. Carl Talking College. Nobody was talking about Colorado before Deion Sanders and Shedeur Sanders got there. So it starts with the fact that y'all didn't want him in the first place. You didn't want him. Ownership made you take him. The coaching staff didn't want him. And so when you take him in the 5th round, you now have the excuse, because I didn't want to draft him, but ownership made me draft him. So now I have to get this guy that I don't want, even though I already have a quarterback that I drafted the previous round. The previous round. Or the round before. It might have been 3rd. Can't remember exactly what round Dylan Gabriel was drafted in. But now, since we drafted him late and ownership made me do it, I have the excuse now to say he got drafted in the 5th round, even though we know he's not a 5th round talent. He got drafted in the 5th round. He's just going to be our 4th string quarterback. And then obviously, or our 4th string quarterback. And then obviously, Watson is not healthy. You get rid of Flacco. Well, he's just going to be our 2nd string quarterback. And I've heard multiple players come out and say, even 2nd string quarterbacks, in case of an emergency, most good coaches make sure the 2nd string quarterback gets a few reps with the starters. It's not a ton. It's just a few. Just in case of an emergency, you give him a few reps. He got no reps to the point where the offensive line didn't even know Shedeur's cadence. So this has been happening. It started in college, in my opinion. I don't think college, NCAA, I don't think they like Colorado, Shedeur, or Deion, to be honest, because you see how they talk about his dad in college. I don't think they never liked Shedeur because he's boastful, he brags, he walks around with a certain level of confidence, right? I don't think they wanted him draft day, right? I think they was trying to teach him and Deion a lesson come draft day. I think since he's been drafted, they've been trying to teach him a lesson, knowing he's better than Dylan Gabriel. You're going to sit behind Dylan Gabriel until Dylan Gabriel gets hurt. And we have no choice but to put you in, make you look crazy, get the national media to be like, well, you gotta give him a chance with the starters. He comes in, he plays just well enough in his first game to get a second opportunity. And then when he comes out there and balls out, throw for 300 yards against the guy who's drafted #1 overall, you know what? Let's take him out. It's all a setup, bro. I think it's all a setup. They don't want him. Bro. And I don't want to take too much time on this because we got other stuff we got to talk about. But I think they've been playing with Shedeur and Deion Sanders from the jump. I stand by it, and I think there's been more than enough signs that say that. More than enough signs.
Like Kara said, like for example, when Jayden Daniels is healthy, Marcus Mariota don't get first team reps at all.
He get no reps. And the difference is Mariota. This is the difference though. This is the difference. Mariota is not a rookie.
But
he's not.
I don't think that's normal though. I think first team quarterback gets first team reps and second team gets second team reps.
I heard Cam Newton come out and say, in case of an emergency, my backup got a few. It's not like they take over the practice, but they get a few reps. MVP season.
So how about this? I had went
and Marcus Spears. My bad. Marcus Spears said the same thing. Like in case of an emergency, the second string gets a few. Good coaches, they give them a few reps. And old school, Cam. How long ago was Cam Newton? Was that 2015? He won MVP. I mean, I guess that's 10 years ago. Yeah, but I mean, that's not.
I don't know. So look, I went to the joint practice. Joint practice is kind of different. But I went to the joint practice with Commanders and the Patriots, and first team stay with first team, second team stay with second team. That's how it was. Like it wasn't like no. All right, you go with the first team because you want your quarterback to get as much reps as possible throughout the week. So you're not sharing it with the second string quarterback, and that's why when second string quarterbacks get thrown into the game, it's kind of like we want to see him a week with the first team because he hasn't been with the first team. So like that's why I said once he got drafted, the process from the time he got drafted into the time of now, it was based off where he got drafted. They did everything you would do with the guy that got drafted in his position. It wasn't no special treatment. It was just straight up. You got drafted this position. This is where we gonna go. He earned his way up. And then Gabriel was healthy.
They don't have no choice but to start Shedeur now, bro. They don't have a choice now.
But I know the Browns are being microscoped because they actually drafted him. But we gotta remember everybody passed up on Shedeur for 4 rounds.
This is why I said this entire time the league don't mess with Shedeur, bro. They don't mess with Deion. That's why it starts from the top all the way down. They don't want him to be successful. I truly believe that. I truly believe they don't want him to be successful.
Like I agree with you with the sabotaging on the draft process and in the end game stuff. But like I said, for a 5th rounder like him, the way he got put into the system is just like any other 5th rounder. For real, like literally. And then he got his opportunity and he relished, and now he's keeping it. They say he's a full-time starter the rest of the year. So, but I think you're focused on he shouldn't be 5th round.
He shouldn't have been in a position to begin with.
But he's in it though. You're right. I agree. But the fact that he did get drafted 5th round, let's not try to push him. He should be getting first team. 5th rounders don't get first team reps in the rookie year.
All right. I don't want to take too much time on it. But my stance is Dillon Gabriel is a rookie quarterback that y'all know y'all don't have no future with. Everybody named mom know Dillon Gabriel is not the future of the Cleveland Browns. It'd be one thing if you had a Jayden Daniels or you had a Jalen Hurts or you had a Lamar Jackson or you had a prime Cam Newton or you had somebody that was the clear future of your franchise, the clear guy. Dillon Gabriel is a rookie that ain't showing you nothing. He's not showing you nothing. He has no future. It didn't seem like there was any real quarterback competition in camp. No one can convince me that Dillon Gabriel outshined Sanders in camp. I think because you strategically drafted Shedeur where you drafted him, you put him in a position where we're not going to start him no matter what. We're not going to start him. I don't care how he looks. We don't want him to play for us. We don't want him at all. But ownership said we got to do it. So we did it. So we did it. And then what's name went out there? I'm pretty sure he outperformed that man in camp. But they still made Dylan Gabriel the backup quarterback to Joe Flacco. And then when they got rid of Joe Flacco, they moved him in, even though I believe Sanders was better and probably had been playing better. And the tape now shows it. Because Dylan Gabriel wouldn't have did what Shedeur just did. They've been seeing this in camp. No one can convince me, bro. They've been seeing this. They've been seeing Shedeur is the better player in camp the whole time, Joe. You would not know that we know ball, Joe. Let's not kid ourselves, Joe.
Let me ask you a
know
question.
Ball, Joe.
Let me ask you a question. Based on where he got drafted,
Yes.
did they do anything wrong?
Yes.
Take away Shedeur Sanders. Take away the name. Take away who he is.
You want me to tell you how, Joe?
Where?
Because the best coaches put the best product on the field.
You're missing
No, Joe, no.
Did you see the film?
Joe, hold on.
Did you see the film? Did you see it?
Carson Wentz
Go ahead.
was the second or third overall pick for us.
And everybody doesn't do that either, by the way. Everybody don't just put the best player out there.
But the best coaches and the best organizations put the best product on the field, bruh. If you are not the best product, and then you guys are both rookies, Dylan Gabriel wasn't better than Shedeur Sanders in college. We all know this.
Yeah.
And so this should be an open. The moment we trade Joe Flacco, even before Joe Flacco, there should be an open conversation or an open competition for this position. I don't think it was truly an open competition. I think they did not want Shedeur. So they said no matter what he shows, his flashes, whatever case may be, Dylan is the guy we are rocking with. Even after Dylan went out there and this is even more evidence. Dylan went out there and got a concussion. Went out there and got a concussion. Shedeur came out there the next game, no reps, like I said, played bad, and he didn't want most concussions. You are out the next week. He didn't want to come out and say, yeah, Shedeur is going to be the next starter. Dylan's our guy. What, bro? Dylan's our guy. Dylan, no, bro, no. What Shedeur was, and I'm gonna leave it at this because we definitely gotta move on.
That's what I'm saying.
We gotta move on. Don't just skip on. He's not, bro. Y'all, I'm gonna end it on this. I don't care where Shedeur was drafted because I don't think he should have been drafted there. I think once you draft, I think once you draft a player, when that player gets in the system, you go, especially if you're the Cleveland Browns, as trash as you are, you want the best product on the field. So I don't care if he was drafted in the 20th round and Dylan Gabriel was drafted in the 3rd. If he comes out there and he looks better than Dylan Gabriel and Dylan Gabriel is not looking good, he deserves a spot over Dylan Gabriel. Dylan Gabriel didn't have the cachet of a number one. Y'all acting like Dylan Gabriel was the number one overall. Like he was Cam Ward. Like you had no choice but to start Dylan Gabriel, a guy I hadn't even heard of until he was drafted. Come on, y'all. The proof is in the pudding. He was showing these flashes in camp. I'm confident he was. They didn't want to start that man.
All right.
I'll leave it at that. I'm passionate about this Shedeur thing. I think they did him dirty. I think they're doing him dirty.
See, I agree with you. My whole thing is once he got drafted, y'all were trying to push him to the front of the line. When it was like, bro, if he's that good, he will get to the front of the line. And look where he's at in the front of the line.
By default, if Dylan don't get hurt,
it's God's plan, bro. Like it would have happened. He would have got his opportunity at the end of the day. That's what I kept saying. Like y'all keep trying to push him. Yo, he's a 5th round pick. 5th round picks don't get no opportunities. So the fact that he's in the league, he will get his opportunity and he will get his line. And he did. Once he got his opportunity, he worked it out. And then the stuff he did in the training camp, he's not doing with the same group. And you acting like Dylan Gabriel preseason wasn't good. He had a good preseason, a really good one. So based on he did not have a good preseason.
Bro, Dylan Gabriel he checked down. Bruh. No, he didn't in my eye. No, he did not, bro. He did not.
Let's move on.
But
no matter how
I'll segue. I forgot. I'm so crazy about this shit.
Commanders. Let's get it.
Let's get to the Commanders, man. Let's get to the Commanders, man. We saw the Commanders go out there. I personally did not know that the Commanders enjoyed donuts. I had no clue that they was into Honey Nut Cheerios. I had no idea that was their favorite snack and their favorite food until we witnessed this game right here against The Minnesota Vikings. Jayden Daniels' first game back, we saw Joe come out with the shades. He was excited. He was happy to see his boy out there. And it was short-lived. It was short-lived. They were down 14-0 in short order. Jayden Daniels threw an interception, was tipped, caught by a defensive lineman, if I'm not mistaken, almost taken back to the house. Jayden Daniels pushed down on the play by Isaiah Rodgers, former Eagle, re-injures his re-injures his elbow, but now he's week to week. We have to ask you now, Joe, now that game has happened, do you think Jayden Daniels should have played at all?
So look, I think he should have played. All right. But do I think he should play going forward? Man, AJ, I've been torn with this, man. I really want to see my dog play. But the fact that he got shoved and re-aggravated his injury. Now, they said he didn't get any setbacks, but, bruh, he just got shoved and fell and re-aggravated it. That's what Dan Quinn said today. First, Dan Quinn came out and said that he didn't play because I didn't let him play. He could have played still. That's what he said. And I'm like, okay, it's part of his stinger. This is his first time falling on that arm. You know what I mean? Like, you ever get hurt and you just like mentally like, and then you get so it was part of, it's like a stinger, right? But he came out today and said that he re-aggravated it, but it wasn't no damage to it. It was no setback damage. But the doctors, he's out for Sunday. Yo, if he's out for Sunday, just sit him for the rest of the year.
Yeah,
just sit him for the rest of the year. But the reason why I wanted him to play is because but look, like, because I'm afraid this will happen. He's good. He's still where he's at today is where he was at game time. Nothing got worse, based on what I'm saying. But the fact that that simple thing happened and he re-aggravated, you saw it, cool. Saw the team too. This set him for the rest of the year. You know what I mean? But the reason why I really wanted him to play is because he needed to get in rhythm. He's not in rhythm. He is just not just him. It's the offense, period. Like, we talking about the play calling. We talking about just everything. It's just not clicking at all. And then this was probably, I knew this was going to be a tough task because we talking about a Vikings team that blitz in different ways. We talking about they got different, the scheme from Brian Flores is crazy. Like, you don't know where the blitz is coming from, and it keeps you off rhythm. It's probably, out of all defenses in the NFL, keeps you off the rhythm the most because of the amount of blitz schemes he put together. And I saw it when I watched it, and now I watched all 22s. I'm like, yo, like, this dude's coming from everywhere. Like, it's just throwing off timing. Now, when you look at the stats, you might say, when I like when the game was over, I was so a lot of times, AJ, when the game is over, I'm so hard on Jayden Daniels.
Yeah.
So hard on him. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, yo, he could have did this. He could have did that. Like, come on, what are you doing? He got to do it because I think so highly of him. I think that he is one of them ones, right? And then I go back, I do be a little too hard on him. But there's things that's there that he could have made. I'm going to put up a few plays, and this is why I want him to play. I need him. He's young still. He's seeing new stuff still. He hasn't played it four is too, like you said, I don't want to rank him too high. I gotta see it again. We had to see it again. So I'm gonna show a few plays. Now, this might be nitpicking for some of them. But if you one of them ones and you look at the situation, because the defense ain't help at all. We talking about like long drives. Like we started our second drive when the second quarter was almost over. That was our second drive. That's crazy. So let's do this. The first play I want to talk about is this. Zach Ertz, all right, was open. And Jayden, I think this is miscommunication. Watch the left side of the field. That's where he throws the ball to. But Zach Ertz is going to be open on the right side of the field. I think it was miscommunication, though. But, come on, man. He just threw it in the dirt. Let's do it. So this is the first one right here. All right, let's take this comment down. All right, so I think it's miscommunication on the left. Nothing over there. Probably miscommunication between him and Terry, right? But look at Ertz on the. Let me take this out, the banner down. Look at Ertz on the bottom. He was open, all bucks. I think it was Ertz. Wide open on. Boom, open. Race it down. Nitpicking, but come on, bro. Probably miscommunication right there. This right here killed me because Peyton Manning makes this throw. Matthew Stafford, he gonna make this throw right here. But I'm about to show you. Josh Allen, he gonna throw this thing. And I'm about to show you right here. Look at this. Watch Terry McLaurin on the top. Terry McLaurin on the top of the screen. He's going right. He's gonna do a post route. It got a single high safety. Safety is low right here. He throw it.
Yeah.
Just throw it. He holds the ball. It's third down. This third down. He holds the ball and punt. But throw the ball. It's probably nitpicking. But throw the ball. He got his man being the inside. He can get this man on the outside. Safety is low. Just throw it, bro.
He was looking over there too.
Just throw the ball. I feel like this year he's been so like, you know what I mean? Like bro, let it fly. Let that thing fly. Right here. It's another situation. I feel like he should have manipulated. This is another problem with him. He uses legs too much. Right here, manipulate the defense and toss it. Right here on the right. Manipulate him and just toss it. Throw the ball. But instead, he runs it. Bro, you know how many yards we could have got right here? Look at this.
Yeah.
Just throw it, bro. All that green grass right there. Manipulate defense and toss it. And then the interception he threw, I'm going to put this on Cliff Kingsbury. This was on fourth down, AJ. And he caused a screen on fourth down. So Jayden Daniels just throwing this, please run the play. Throw the screen. Great defensive play. Intercepted. He gets shoved and he's hurt. Just like that. So when I look back at the game, his game wasn't really bad. It was just little stuff like that. And the type of game it was when the blitzes were coming left and right, when the margin of error was so small. If you really that guy, those little things, you got to make it happen. Because if you don't, that's what happens. We down 21-0. So that's why I want to see him play. Because if he don't play, he's coming to his third year, really in the second year. And I don't want that. And then we got 4 division games. 4 division games coming up. It's going to be 4 tough games. You know how much he can learn just for playing these last 4 division games? And I know this is what Dan Quinn wants. He wants him to play these last games, whatever. But just for his health, man, because the man stay getting hurt. I mean, every time he comes back, he gets hurt again. Like, he can't string up 3 games in a row. He hasn't played 3 games in a row all year. And then you look at his numbers. Numbers is not good. He just hasn't been good this year. I mean, last thing I'm going to say, and I'm going to pass to you. He just has not. Oh, got deleted? What's going on? I had it. It got deleted. But his numbers has not been good this year. Like Jayden Daniels, I mean, completion percentage is lower than it was last year. Turnover is higher than it was last year. Turnover TD ratio. You know, it just hasn't been. It's just been an off year because it hasn't been 3 games in a row. So when he plays 2 games, that second game, he normally plays better. And then he, like Dallas, he played better against Dallas. He got hurt. Against the Chargers, he can get good. Then he got hurt. It's like, God, can the man get healthy? So that's my whole thing. I think we should sit up for the rest of the season.
We got a couple super chats.
Oh, it's not. Okay.
Shout out to 2 measly pots for the $2 super chat, $1.99. And then he sent another one in. I don't care what anyone says. It's still go Birds. We're going to get to him in a second. Believe me. We're going to get to him in a second. We appreciate the super chat.
This is the second time I'm coming here and giving a super chat. So
for sure. Appreciate it, man. Definitely appreciate you. That
probably was base, yeah.
Did they make the original question? I want to get that back on the screen. The original question, if I could find it real quick.
I got you. Go ahead.
Okay. Did they make a mistake by playing Jayden Daniels? I don't think they made a mistake by playing Jayden Daniels because I am a big picture guy.
Okay.
Right. I am always looking at the big picture. If you have a chance, you play till you don't have a chance anymore. This takes me to the conversation around Joe Burrow, right? Now, his situation is a little different because his division was a little tighter at the time he came back. Baltimore struggling, the Steelers struggling. They're getting ready to play each other this week. Maybe if y'all can go on a winning streak, you play these guys later down the line. Maybe, just maybe, there's a slim chance we have an opportunity to win the division and make the playoffs. So you play Joe Burrow, and Joe Burrow is the type of player that says, "I'm good enough to help us win out." And if the doors open, I want an opportunity to go through and win, right? So now I take you to Jayden Daniels and the Washington Commanders. The Commanders feel like Jayden Daniels is that guy. The fans feel like Jayden Daniels is that guy. Jayden Daniels feels like I'm that guy. I don't care if it's a 2% chance. I don't care if it's a 0.5% chance that we can make the playoffs. Like Joe said multiple episodes prior, we don't have the X by our names yet. Philadelphia struggling. Dallas, they hit or miss. Sometimes they hot, sometimes they not. We play both of these teams down the stretch of the season. There's a slim chance. Put me out there. I want an opportunity to go out there and prove myself. I'm not mad at the coaching staff for saying, yeah, let's put him out there for rhythm purposes and things of that nature. And but on a bigger scale, we still possibly, and it's not a great chance, but we still possibly have a chance at making the playoffs. Now that you cannot make the playoffs, there is no way in hell Jayden Daniels should see the field again. I feel what you're saying, Joe, from the standpoint of timing and rhythm and things of that nature. But Joe, sometimes timing and rhythm translates from season to season. Sometimes it don't. Sometimes it does not. Prime example is just this year that passed. Jayden Daniels ended the year balling. He didn't play horrible against Philadelphia. He got experience at the end of the regular season. Comeback victory after comeback victory. He got experience in the playoffs. Y'all was in the NFC Championship game. You can't get no more experience than that outside of going to the Super Bowl, right? And so now you come into this season, things have not gone well. He's been getting banged up a lot. This elbow injury is an injury that he didn't necessarily, make worse, but re-aggravated it enough for him to miss the next game. And we thinking about, and I'm not saying you, but I've heard other people say, we want to put him out there. And even though you said it, you don't really want to put him out there again for the rest of the season. But I've heard a lot of people say we need to put him out there so he can get rhythm. That rhythm, in my opinion, towards the end of the season, ain't got nothing to do with next year. In my personal opinion, you have all of training camp. You got all of offseason and all of training camp to get right and get healthy. Terry McLaurin will be there. Hopefully, y'all bring back Debo. I believe he's still in the contract. He will be there. Adam Peters make some moves. Maybe bolster up the offensive line a little bit more, right? Maybe work on the defensive line a little bit more. The defense in general needs a makeover. So maybe you work on that. Then if you want to put him out there in the preseason, you got the preseason. Then you got the whole regular season to get that rhythm, bro. You got the whole next season to get that rhythm. But the last thing you want to do is put him out there at this point in meaningless games. These games don't mean nothing at this point. Put him out there, risk him making his injury somehow, some way worse, and then he comes into the next season now, year 3, and I got to miss the first couple games. Or, not even that bad, but I got to miss training camp. Or I don't get the same offseason regimen, and then I start the next season slow, and now we frustrated because we're behind the 8-ball trying to keep up with Philadelphia and Dallas. I think at this point, and I've listened to Dan Quinn because we getting ready to playoff soon. So I definitely been checking in and seeing, are they really going to put this man out? Because if you look at who you getting ready to play, right? I don't know who y'all play this upcoming week.
The Giants.
The Giants got
all division games.
Come on, man. First off, divisional games are wild.
Tough.
Number one, you getting ready to play the Giants, whose defensive line is like that.
In
Philly's defensive line is starting to get home a lot more than they were before with the addition of Jalen Phillips, right? Dallas defense has improved. Like, you're getting ready to go up against some defensive lines that if you think a push is bad, when you get smacked by some of these defensive linemen, you risk it being worse. I'm going to Jayden Daniels, and I'm telling Jayden Daniels, look, we're going to rest you for the rest of this year. You are our future. You are our guy. You got to protect the player from himself. We know he want to play, but we got to protect the player from himself, set out the rest of this season, get ready for next season. The future is bright for Jayden Daniels. It's bright. It's bright for the Commanders as long as they bolster up the defense. But at this point in time, and like you said it for me, his numbers dropped this season. Some of that was on him. Some of that, Debo missed time. Terry McLaurin missed time. Just being honest. A lot of guys miss time. It's hard to have them same numbers when you ain't got your guys. And then you hurt. You playing through injury. A lot happened this year. Sit out. reset. Next year, the Commanders will be right back in the hunt. But if you put him out there, if you put the best thing that can happen for Commanders is you put him out there and he gets rhythm and somehow, some way, he's on fire to start next season. But the worst thing that can happen is he gets hurt and he's out for an extended period of time next year. The risk is not worth the reward, in my opinion. So I'm sitting in the rest of the season. I don't think they made a mistake, but they gotta sit him from this point forward.
Look at Daniel Jones. You know, I mean, he's out for next year basically. And he just got hurt, you know. So that's when you risk getting hurt seriously now. You could potentially be out next year too. Mm-hmm. So I'm with you, AJ. The fan in me though, that's why the fans are saying that. The fans are like, we are tired of losing. Mm-hmm. We talking about 8 games in a row. That's 8 weeks, and we had a bye week. That's 2 months and a week of losing, bro. We haven't won since probably early October. Like. A whole season ago, almost. Like, come on, man. Like, but like you said, we got the second most cap space going to next year. Mm-hmm. We got a lot of 1-year contracts that we got to replay. That's why another reason why we want to play him. The defense not helping you out. Like you said, you playing through injury. Your guys are hurt. Defense ain't helping you, so you got a lot of pressure to score. It's just like not a good situation for an injured young quarterback right now. Like the man got pushed and got hurt. We got 4 division games. I want to see him play. Yes. Do I want my man to spoil some people? Do I want to be able to have the opportunity to talk trash to AJ if we beat them? You know what I mean? But I probably still mark on. You know, never know. But I want to be like my boy. He came in there. Imagine. But I can't do that.
It would be crazy.
You know, that's only a wish now. It's only like this is only a dream.
Yeah.
So, like you said, go to the young fella and say, I know you're upset, but for the best. For your safety, we're going to sit you out. And maybe he might think twice and be like, you know what? Let me throw this ball.
Yeah.
You know what?
Let me
not run this time and throw it. So
let me play smarter. I want to play. I want to be on the field a little bit more.
Well, there's another team that was on the field on Monday. And, I mean, we got 8, so I can't say much. We got 8 in a row. -5. Then it's y'all. 3 in a row. Eagles lose 3 in a row, AJ. And the streets are talking. I mean, in Philly, they even got in a newspaper to bench Jalen Hurts. I thought that was insane. Like, that's Philly for you, though. That's what Philly media going to do. So, a lot of blame to go around. The defense was balling out against the Chargers. Offense, I mean, you want to get your turn. But the question is, because you got the Cowboys creeping up, y'all dropping out in the standings. You know y'all history when y'all don't have home field advantage. So AJ, are the Eagles done?
If you ask me this question, and my boy Kev in the comments can vouch. If you ask me this question Monday night, I'd be like, yeah.
Oh, yeah, right here. Here we go.
I'm tapping out. If you ask me, me and Kev was having a conversation. And he said it right now. I talked my boy off the ledge. Me and him was having a conversation. And I had to, I was texting. It was like, it was midnight. I had to work the next morning. It was midnight, Joe. Conversation got so heated, I had to walk out of my apartment and go down to the garage. No, like over the phone. Like me and Kev was having, conversation between us got so heated about the game and about our opinions. I had to walk out of my apartment, go down to the garage and send voice notes like, bro, no, this is what this is. Like, that's how I was feeling. But if you talk to me today, I say absolutely not. The Eagles are alive and well. If you talk to me today, I say the Eagles are alive and well, baby. The Philadelphia Eagles are the reigning, defending Super Bowl champions. And right now, we're going through crazy adversity. Crazy adversity. Wait, hold on. We got a crazy super chat. From Tomo. I paid movie dollars to see AJ go off. Hashtag R2O Best Network. Hashtag Cowboys on the way. Hashtag it hurts but it's not Dak. Wait,
It hurts, but it's not Dak.
wait, he got an R in there somewhere. I think he meant to put the T in there, but it's
No,
not Dak.
he did. It hurts, but it's not Dak. Oh, I see. Saying.
It's a nor Dak.
Oh yeah, dang.
But hey, I
Hey,
paid movie dollars. Hey, appreciate you, Tomo. I got you. Don't worry. Thank you. That super chat crazy. We definitely appreciate it.
Shout out to
Definitely.
Tomo.
That's the biggest super. That's the biggest super chat I didn't see out here, man.
Shout
Shout
out
out
to
to
Tomo.
Tomo. Shout out to Tomo.
Shout out.
But I'm looking at the Eagles, and I'm looking at the Eagles' schedule, and I'm seeing we got the Raiders this week, and we got the Raiders in Philadelphia. As bad as things are, that is a get-right game.
Mm-hmm.
Then we just talked about the Commanders. We just talked about y'all. And the way the Eagles are playing defensively, with or without Jayden, I like our chances against y'all. Because Jayden will be coming back again off of missing the game, out of rhythm, against a defense that's hungry and against an offense that is trying to get a groove against a bad defense, again in Washington. One of the biggest games of the year, and I know I've said this about a lot of games, one of the biggest games of the year will be that game against Buffalo. I'm gonna tell y'all how this is gonna line up. We will beat the Raiders. We will beat the Commanders. That Buffalo game is big from the standpoint of mentally, it's a morale boost. Because even though you lost to the Chargers, even though you lost to the Bears, the Buffalo Bills with Josh Allen is still a team people look at and say, that's one of the best teams in the NFL. If you can beat the Buffalo Bills, which I personally believe the Eagles can do given how this defense is playing, the Eagles can slow them down enough, and I believe the offense can play well enough to win that game. I think the Eagles fly into the postseason on the high with a home playoff game, and things look different. That game happens the way I envision it happen. I say I see y'all yet again in an NFC Championship game, and we'll take it from there. But I would be remiss to not talk about Jalen Hurts. I think sometimes, and I was saying this earlier in the chat, and Joe, he might do the same thing. He might jump off that cliff today. I don't know what he has planned. He might have clips. I have no idea what he has planned. I got a feeling he got something in store. If he had it for Jayden, I find it hard to believe he ain't got nothing for Hurts, right? And so he might jump off that cliff. But what I want to say is the critics make it extremely hard for me to be as hard as I want to be on Jayden or on Jalen Hurts, if that makes sense. Some of the stuff that they say, we should bench Jalen Hurts. We got a better chance with Justin Fields. He's the worst quarterback. Like some of the cliffs that they jump off of, it just makes it easy for me to be like, man, I feel away, but y'all tripping, and I instantly go into defense mode. I'm gonna try not to do that today, because the Philadelphia Eagle in me should not. Jalen Hurts is my favorite player in the National Football League. He is my favorite player. He's inching up on being my favorite Eagle of all time, just because of how he plays, how he wins, how he goes about his business, all the shade he gets, and he still goes out there and performs. But these last two games, and I want to put emphasis on these last two games because I'm sick and tired of everybody trying to say my guy been playing like this all season, and that's factually incorrect. He ain't been perfect, but he ain't been turning the ball over like this until these last 2 weeks. That Bears game where he fumbled that tush push, and this game where your defense gets, 6-7 sacks, force multiple turnovers, and you go out there and turn the ball over 5 times, that is egregiously unacceptable. Yes, you could say Ajae Brown dropped a touchdown pass. I believe he did. Yes, you could say Ajae Brown dropped a bomb to start the football game. Yes, you could say Ajae Brown let a ball go through his hands for an interception. You could say Devontae Smith slipped on a hitch route. You could say all of those things. And me being a Hurts fan, I might give you that. I might say, yeah, AJ should have caught those passes. It'd have been a different game. Yes, if Devontae doesn't slip, these things don't happen. But you had an opportunity to do exactly what I said you are known for. Hey, however it needs to get done, you go get it done. We get the game in the OT. Herbert goes down, gets a field goal. You get the ball back. Jay, as bad as this game has been, You have to go win this football game. You march the ball all the way downfield. You run on a play. We get a holding called. You go back. It's 3rd and 16. At this point, honestly speaking, I think it's the game. I said, that's game. We not getting this first down. And you throw a dime to Devontae Smith. And I say, I shouldn't have never doubted you. We get all the way down to the 17-yard line. And on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10. I don't agree with the play call, but the throw is even worse. You running to the right side of the field, the short side of the field, where most defenders are at this point. You don't throw the ball to Goddard, who at one point was open for probably a 2-3 yard gain, and you try to force the ball over the top to Jahan Dotson. It gets tipped, and it becomes an interception. That's just a throw that you simply cannot make. If it's 4th down, we having a different conversation and you need a touchdown. Had you made that play on 3rd and 16, we having a different conversation. But it's 1st and 10, live to play another down. At the very least, go for a field goal. If there was ever a time for you to be patient, if there was ever a time for you to be cautious and to not throw the ball in the tight window, that was the moment where I would say, Jay, unless you see it, don't throw it. But what did he do? And it was almost like a lob he threw, got tipped, and turned into an interception. These are 2 games back-to-back in huge spots for us that he, in my opinion, has single-handedly so. And it pains me to say that. He has single-handedly put us in the spot that we are in right now. And I can't blame no one else. I can't blame because of what you said about Jayden Daniels. I hold Jalen Hurts to a certain standard. I speak on Jalen Hurts differently. I defend Jalen Hurts differently. So in moments like this, it's only but so much I can. I ain't gonna let you call him a bum. I ain't gonna let you say he ain't this and he ain't that off of this stretch. Even if the season was a down season, I was just at a parade in February. So I'm not gonna let you say too much. But what I am gonna say is this stretch of football, with so much on the line still, is absolutely unacceptable for him. And on a day where Ajae, even though he dropped some passes, still went for about 100 yards. Devontae Smith wasn't a crazy game, but made the catches when he needed to make the catches. Saquon Barkley went for 122 yards. The defense went out there and balled out. You can't go out there and give them 5 turnovers. And it's hard for me to count the one where he threw the pick, got the ball back, fumbled. Like that was a play that was kind of like you scrambling to get the ball, you kind of barely got possession, they knock it out again. Like it's hard for me to count that as a turnover mentally when I watch the game, but at the end of the day, it is a turnover. You can't turn the ball over 5 times in a game of such magnitude in a dome. No wind, no weather conditions. You cannot play like that. But what I will say before I pass this to you, Joe, is I don't care what they say. I'll ride with one. I'll ride with Uno. Like I said before, this man been to 2 Super Bowls in 3 years. This man is a Super Bowl MVP, former All-Pro quarterback. This man did it all, done it all, has had more success in that Philadelphia Midnight Green than any quarterback in the history of Philadelphia Eagle Midnight Green. We never seen a quarterback come along and accomplish the things that he's accomplished. So I ride with my dog till the wheels fall off. And I fully expect him to be better going forward, especially against the teams we going to play. I fully expect him to make amends. And I'm telling you, Joe, it's all a joking matter now. I still don't believe this team is the 2023 team because of how this defense looks. And ultimately, that Buffalo game is the one to watch. I promise you, if we beat Buffalo, we will be right back in the NFC Championship game. We will win that first game in Philly against whoever we play, because it's going to be hard to beat us in Philly for that first game. And then we're going to shock some people, whoever we play, and that's in that divisional round. Because I think at that point, we will be confident and we will be in rhythm. Defense will be playing well. Hurts will be playing better. The offense will be playing better. And we will be right back in that NFC Championship game. All the Eagles need, all Jalen Hurts needs, is a bit of a confidence boost. And once we get that, it ain't over yet. Once we get that, I think we'll be a team to be reckoned with still. Are they done? No. Is it ugly? Yes. Does Jalen Hurts have to play better? Absolutely. But I think it goes up from here. I truly do. After some days of sleeping on this.
Are y'all done? Nah, you're not done. I mean, y'all still in the division. You know, y'all third seed. Like you said, you got a home game. And the playoffs ended today. I mean, y'all will be playing the 49ers. It's not going to be an easy task.
Absolutely not. None of the playoff games going to be easy, for sure.
So y'all will play the 49ers. The Rams will have a bye. That's like the last team you want to have a bye. I feel like, do you think the Rams are probably the biggest threat to y'all in the NFC?
Yeah, I would say because of their offense, I would say so.
Yeah, you would say like
Stafford don't get rattled easily. I would say so.
Now I would say that you ain't scared of nobody. I know you ain't scared of nobody. But if you had to pick a team, like I hope they get bounced before we meet them, it's probably the Rams. Probably. And especially if you're gonna play them in LA too. You're not gonna have that home field advantage. So, but the Rams got them 1 seed. But y'all not done. You know, y'all got some work to do, but y'all not done. But I saw a lot of good things against the Chargers. The only bad thing was Hurts, for real. But I saw a lot of good things. Y'all finally got the run game going. I saw that. The defense without Jalen Carter was lights out. But I got to throw a little grain of salt on that, because that old line that the Chargers got is horrible. They got injuries everywhere on the offensive line. And I even said it before the game. I'm like, yo, the rushing attack for this team was not really good, for real, in my opinion. And they can't protect Herbert. And the man just had surgery a week ago. Like, that offense, but the defense showed out. They great coverage downfield and that stuff. But y'all not done. But since you mentioned it, I mean, you did say I had a tape for JD5. You know I had a tape for JH Hurts.
JH1.
AP Hurts. Who knows? Gotta have tape for him. You gotta remind people what happened. I was ready. I thought you had like some stuff for me, but JD, I was ready. You know what I mean? I was gonna be humble, like you got it. But since you didn't do it, I can't. I gotta take your spot and not take the humble role. You know what I mean? I gotta show some footage. So let's bring this up first before I get to the footage. All right. I want to say that Jalen Hurts has to be better. Now, people are coming out and saying that he should be benched. That is crazy. Jalen Hurts shouldn't even be a conversation. I don't care how good you think Tanner McKee is, he's not going to play over Hurts. Hurts just won Super Bowl MVP. Like you said, out of any quarterback in the Philadelphia Eagles history, he's been the most consistent, and as far as wins and the glory days, he got y'all there twice in 3 years. All right, so I'm gonna give you props for that. But the man has not been good, AJ. He just hasn't been good. Oh, did I do one yet? There we go. All right, so look, I did one twice. Then I'll get back to that. Before I get to that, AJ, I just want to revisit the conversation we had. MVP candidate Jalen Hurts. All right. So I remember it was in the chat. First of all, I want to say this too. Shout out to Tomo for the super chat. Tomo, when you put the $49.99 super chat, I thought I was about to delete your comment because it was red. I said, I'm about to delete it because it was red on my side. But I want to give you another shout out. $49.99 super chat. That's the biggest super chat we got in our tour history. So shout out to Tomo for that.
Shout out Tomo. For sure.
And I want to give a shout out to Big O. He put a super chat also. Tama just got paid. Hashtag Cowboy Nation. Hashtag Dak Better. 199 super chat. Shout out to Cardo. All right. So back to what I was saying. AJ, we had a conversation, MVP candidate, and I put in the chat, I said, he don't throw the ball enough to me to win MVP. And then, what you mean? I'm like, no, I'm just saying he don't throw the ball enough. So I did some research. You know me, I'm a big research guy. I'm an eye test guy, but I like to see what the numbers look like too. Does it back up my eyes? And it kind of does. Did you know that the Eagles are 1-5 when Jalen Hurts threw the ball 30 times or more? I didn't even know that.
Hold on, where you get that from?
This year.
This year. Okay. I got you.
Yeah, 1-5. This year, the Eagles are 1-5 when he throws the ball more than 30 times.
Now, for a career, it's different. I won't put that out.
I didn't look at career.
For career, he's like 32-18. Just saying. But this year, okay. I just want to say. I
didn't look at a career. Maybe I should do that. I know 40 times more is horrible, but we talking 30. We talking 30.
Okay.
All right. And then here's my thing. We can always lean to, okay, he probably threw the ball a lot, but it's probably with the defense job. I mean, in those 6 games, 17 points for the offense, 17 points for the offense, 15 points for the offense, 19 by the offense, 21 against Dallas, and the only time he got scored over 30 was when he threw the ball more than 30 times was against the Rams when he got scored 33. You got to make a comeback basically.
Mm-hmm.
But it happened, so I get that. Do you know when he throws the ball less than 30 times, y'all 7-0? Y'all are undefeated when he don't throw the ball 30 times or more. And all 7 times y'all won, he threw the ball less than 25 times. So he barely threw the ball, and y'all won every single game.
Yep.
And all 7 games, like I say, he threw the ball less than 25 times. And I look at other QBs. I'm like, what are they doing? Dak only threw the ball less than 30 times one time this whole season. That was against the Jets. He threw the ball 29 times. Mm-hmm. Mahomes threw the ball over 30 times every game this season, except for 1 game against y'all, 29 times. So basically 30. Stafford, only 4 games. And all 4 of those games were over 25 times. Jared Goff is 3-3 when he threw the ball over 30 times. Josh Allen not too good, better than Hurts though. He 2-5. Jordan Love 3-2-1. Herbert 4-3. Even Jayden I ain't gonna do that. Jayden's not having a good season. I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna do that to you. My man not having a good season. So, and another thing, your defense has been locked in, not lights out. And one of the reasons why y'all are winning is the defense. Defense has been carrying, and AJ Brown mentioned that a billion times. The Eagles defense only allowed 1 team to score 30 points or more. That's it. And it was the Giants. That was the only team that scored 30 points or more. And did you know your defense played 6 teams that are in the top 10 in offense, including the number 1 scoring team, the Lions, the number 3 scoring team, Dallas, played them twice, and the Browns, the 4th scoring team, and none of them scored 30. That's amazing. That's amazing.
That's great defense.
The defense has been carrying. And Hurts has been falling off a cliff for 5 games. Now, I'll give you Dallas. Dallas is pretty good. But Packers and Lions, he wasn't too good. Did you know his QBR in the last 5 games, 27.3, 18.3, then Dallas came, 53.2. Okay, cool. A little average. 26.7, 30, and then 39. He has not been good. So when I put up these clips, let's do the first one. First one is, I didn't show the AJ Brown interception because this one should have been an interception. So we're gonna call out a wash. Yeah, and you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So this is, in your own territory. This is on 3rd down too, by the way. And I see what he's trying to do. It was just a bad throw. And it was a tough throw too.
It's a tough throw, yeah.
It's a tough throw. And,
tight window. He tried to make that throw. Yep.
Yeah, I'm not gonna kill him too much for that. You know what I mean? Because he did drop it. But it was one of them things like let it see another day. You know what I mean? Like let's let it see another day. But it happened. It would have interception. You end up punting the ball. Now this right here is probably it's gonna be on. I'm surprised. Shaq might put this on Shaq and the Fool. I mean, he just might. I know it's an NBA thing, but he might just put this on Shaq and the Fool. What we doing? Come on, take this one down. And we're gonna put this one up. All right, here we go. So, okay, he got picked. He didn't see the lineman drop back. Now right here, AJ, I'm not gonna make it too big of a deal of it. Just fall on the ball.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I'm not gonna make a pitch because just grab it and just fall on it and just thank God that you got the ball back. You know what I mean? Like you do a pick, they made them fumble. Just grab it and be like, all right, let me. I feel like if y'all would recover that, he could have recovered from the rest of the game. So that's that. All right. The other one I want to show is the one to Smitty. Now the one to Smitty is tough too. It was just a good read, in my opinion, by the DB. I think DB did a good job right here. He read Hurts, knew exactly what Hurts was going to go with the ball, and he beat Devontae Smith to the point. Now a lot of people say Devontae Smitty failed, but I don't think that mattered because he darted, boom, he jumped the route, and it was just a great play by the DB because Hurts wasn't eyeing on. He looked to the left, then he looked right, boom, and then he just jumped the route. That was a great play right there. And then this is the one you talked about, which was horrible, the last one. Now you mentioned it's also guarded, wide open, boom. Now, am I gonna say he wide open? Because the DB stepped up on guarded, and then once he threw it to Dawson, he retreat. That probably so look, you see, Goddard is not really open right there. Just throw it away.
Throw it at his feet. Throw it at his
Yeah, just
feet.
throw it out of bounds. You out the pocket, like throw out of bounds.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And like you said, it's first down.
It's
Worst
first
case
and
scenario, we kicking a field goal. We're gonna do it the Packer way, in Dallas way. You know what I mean? That's worst case scenario. So, I just had to show people what happened. But do I think that this is gonna be Hurts going forward? No. But Hurts in the past, he has shown that when the pressure is high, he responds. That's what he showed. And I know that's what y'all been waiting for. Like the Bears game happened, and y'all were like, man, when my dog get killed, he gonna bounce back. Then this game happened. So now I said this: if y'all lose to the Chargers, first I say y'all lose to the Bears, y'all should be worried. I said that.
Mm-hmm.
And the cat said there was another 8-4 team. Whatever he said, I got 8-3 team. I'm like, bro, like, I should be worried.
Mm-hmm.
Then I said, hey, really should be worried, lose this game. Now I want to say this one more time: if y'all lose to the Raiders, which y'all better not, bro.
Oh gosh, yeah.
But here's the thing, though. I know you're not comparing this season to the 2023. Mm-hmm. The roles have flip-flopped. 2023, the offense is clicking and the defense is trash. Mm-hmm. This year, the defense clicking, the offense struggling. So, but like I said, I saw good. Y'all were moving the ball. I saw good stuff against the Chargers. Y'all were moving the ball. But the Raiders, it's like the Cardinals game. You know what I mean? Like, remember the Cardinals game? When it was like, ain't no way they're going to lose to the Cardinals. And then you got lost to the Cardinals. Yeah. And then y'all played the Giants to close the year out. You lost to the Giants. And y'all got blown out. So that's why I'm like, this is the NFL, and y'all have a lot of pressure right now. Y'all are pressuring. Not saying like y'all going to fold, but it's a lot of y'all pressing to get a dub. Like we are. We are pressing to get a dub. And it's hard to like break through that one win to gain that momentum back. So this is at home. The Raiders are struggling. They got nothing to fight for. So this could be y'all better not lose this game.
Kenny Pickett will be out there.
Kenny Pickett playing?
Yeah, Kenny Pickett playing.
Geno
Smith hurt apparently.
I know
so
he got.
Kenny, yeah, so Kenny Pickett stepping in. He playing this week. Like I said before, man, I'm not gonna do too much. I think as Eagles fans, I think that we allow other fan bases to trap us in a space where we can't talk about the team. We only talk about Hurts. It's always about defending Hurts. It's always about Hurts, because we know the team is good. Mm-hmm. We know the team as a whole is good. So we going to pick at the quarterback as much as possible, and that's how we going to get a reaction out of Eagles fans, because they know we're passionate about our team and we're passionate about our quarterback. But if you pay attention to the history of the Eagles, it's for the most part always been bigger than the quarterback. When you think of the best players of the Eagles, the best players in the history of the Eagles team, you think of guys like Brian Dawkins. You think of guys like Jeremiah Trotter. You think of guys like Kirsch. You think about defensive players. You think about T.O. You think about, Shady McCoy. You think about Deshaun Jackson. Then you get to a guy like Vic. Some of us then get to a guy like McNabb. Then you might bring up, Carson Wentz. We won the Super Bowl with our backup. Mm-hmm. And so, that just goes to show, as an Eagles fan, as much as I love Jalen Hurts, I'm not going to shy away from being critical of Jalen Hurts. I will say Jalen Hurts needs to be better. I'm not going to continue to allow fan bases to drag me into this kind. Because at this point, Jalen Hurts is a 5-time vet. He's a 5-time pro. How you feel about Jalen Hurts is how you feel about Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts ain't perfect.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts going to have these moments where he playing lights out. And then he's proven, to be honest, where he just had these moments where it's like, bro, what is happening right now? That's just him. We as Eagles fans hang our hat on when we need him most, though. Playoffs, Super Bowl, things of that nature. More times than not, he's going to ball out. When we need him most, at the very least, he ain't going to play like how he just... Like that Chargers game is not going to happen in the postseason. He's not going to beat Herbert and turn the ball over 4 times in the postseason. That's not going to happen with the chips on the line. He might not be amazing, but he's not going to allow that to happen. You know what I mean? So we hang our hat on that, and knowing that we have a guy that we have one with and that we know can get it done. And I also want to say this. We keep talking about how often Jalen Hurts throws the ball, but I stand by this sentiment. I think the Philadelphia Eagles have figured out what winning football is in today's National Football League. If you're not Patrick Mahomes, more times than not, you're not going to win the Super Bowl throwing the ball 35 to 40 times a game. When you really think about it, most of the teams that's been winning the Super Bowls recently, outside of the Chiefs, have been teams that have really good running games. Now you could throw the Rams in there because Stafford gonna throw the ball, and you give it to guys like Stafford, you give it to guys like Brady, you give it to guys like Mahomes. But for everyone else, for the most part, the run game is a critical part of winning football. You brought up a lot of guys that throw the ball X amount of times. Look at their records. It wasn't a lot of them with great records. I heard a 2-5. I heard a 4-3. I heard they had better records than Hurts. They had 1 or 2 more wins, but it still wasn't winning football that's sustainable in the postseason. That's why Josh Allen, not a champion yet. That's why other guys that we mentioned in these conversations have not gotten to that point, because they are throwing the ball. They're required to do so much, like Von always say. They're required to throw the ball 30 to 40 times, and after a while, the defense knows you're going to throw the ball all dang game. All we got to do is make sure we get in these passing lanes. You're not going to run the ball so the offense becomes one-dimensional. The Philadelphia Eagles have prided themselves on, we're going to run this ball 25 times, and we're going to throw it 25 times, or we're going to throw it 23 times to keep you off balance and to make things easier, not only for Jalen Hurts, for everybody. For everybody. For Saquon, for Ajae and Devontae, because now you're not getting the same double team looks. You're not getting safeties dropping down a certain way covering you. Now you got one-on-one looks because they're afraid, of the running game, right? For Saquon, because when we throw the ball to those guys, now they're not stacking the box quite the same way. So now we can mix in the run and Saquon can get busy because the defense ain't box. Like Kev said, for the defense as well, because as great as this defense is, once it's gassed, it's in trouble. And so Jalen Hurts undeniably has to play better. I'm not going to deny that. He got to play better. I was severely disappointed. That was, in my opinion, the worst game I've ever seen him play.
Yeah.
That was the worst game I've ever seen him play, start to finish. It was an abysmal game, and he's had some bad games in his career. But if you ask me if I still believe in Uno, the answer is yes. Do I still believe in my team? The answer is yes. Like I said, we are the reigning defending champions. My guy's the reigning defending Super Bowl MVP. And I'm going to ride with that till I can't ride with that no more. They got to show me that they go lose and either not make the playoffs, or they go get bounced when it matter for me to be like, all right, y'all got us. But until I see that X, like you said, we going to rock out with J1, JH1, Super Bowl MVP, defending champs, and we go see what happens. I got faith in my guys. We got the talent to turn this around. I still believe if we could get this thing going, don't be shocked if we are back in that NFC Championship game. And then with Hurts, you in that danger zone. Because once you get to the NFC Championship messing with Hurts, you in trouble. That's all I got. You in trouble. Because then that's when he's liable to turn it on the most. And we seen it. He liable to like, bro, he ain't done this all year. He ain't done this all. Now he 3 rushing touchdowns, 2 passing touchdowns, 240, 250 yards. He going crazy. Just let's just get there and see what happens. Let's get to the playoffs and see what happens.
Let's see. Let's see. You want to kick this last one off or me?
I keep on to the people. Normally I'm real good with the segues. I've been terrible today. I just want to apologize to my co-hosts on the airwaves right now. I've been terrible with the segues. You know what I mean? But we can get right to it. We got to ask the question: Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes. It looks like both of these guys may miss the playoffs this year. The odds are not looking in their favor. I think Lamar has a bit of a better chance of making it because he's got a chance to still win his division. But it's looking like a struggle. And Patrick Mahomes, it's been a rough year all the way around. He's had some great moments. He's had some bad moments. I got to ask you, Joe, who are you more disappointed in this season? Lamar Jackson or Patrick Mahomes?
Lamar Jackson. I'm more disappointed in Lamar Jackson. Now, Mahomes, he's proven. Been there, done that. Just went to the Super Bowl last year. I mean, the man won almost 3-peated last year. So the man, he been there, done that. And also, we seen the Chiefs kind of struggle. We seen the struggle with the Chiefs. They just been squeezed. Like last year, to be honest, I think this year's team is probably better than last year's team. Only difference is last year's team squeezed out the victory. They won all them close games. But this year is actually better. It's just that this schedule they got this year is like every week they playing like another good team. Like it's crazy. Because this week they got the Chargers this week, then they got the Broncos. Like so Lamar Jackson has been disappointing. Lamar Jackson first 5 games came out blazing. 15 touchdowns, only 2 interceptions. That's it. Cooking. When he got hurt, he was leading the league in QB rating. Leading the league. And I think he was leading the NFL history in QB rating. Oh, he was second. He was hovering right now in NFL history. Then he comes back. Well, he came back before that because he got hurt in the 3rd game. And he came back, and then he had a 4 touchdown game with the Dolphins. But in the last 5 games, Lamar Jackson 3 touchdowns, 6 turnovers. Now, some people might say he been hurt. I came out and said the Bengals game, he didn't look hurt to me, but I'm going to give him 1 more week. And last game, he definitely didn't look hurt. The last 2 games where he didn't look like he was hurt, 2 touchdowns, 3 turnovers. Can't happen. And then some people want to say, look at the offensive line. Look at this. Look at that. Well, this same offensive line was here when he had 15 touchdowns and 2 turnovers. Same team was here. Defense is actually worse, AJ. When he had those 15 touchdowns and 2 turnovers, they were giving up all them. Remember, they was giving up a historic pace in points per game, in yards. Defense actually been stepping up, and Lamar be missing people. Now, other stuff is happening. That's probably just like we talk about your boy, AJ Brown, drop pass. Stuff happens, but I'm used to seeing Lamar in the regular season dominating. I'm used to seeing Lamar Jackson MVP conversation. Lamar Jackson has been accurate. Like his QB percentage has been good. But this year, AJ, the last 5 games, QB percentage, 54%, 53%, 56%, 56%, 58%. He hasn't hit 60% in the last 5 games. And I'm talking about Jalen Hurts QBR. Well, Lamar has some good QBRs. He had 71 last week. But he had an 18 QBR, a 36 QBR, and a 29 QBR. That's not good. Yeah. So, and Lamar in the last 5 games, 87 QB rating, 47, 76, 65, 71. That's not Lamar Jackson. When he started the season, 144 QB rating, 128, 148, 86, and 143. This is a big drop-off. So, Lamar has been very disappointed. The Chiefs, man, as much as we talk about stuff be happening to Lamar, go look what happened. Did y'all watch that last game? Yeah. Kareem Hunt dropped the Wildman 3rd-down pass. Rasheed Rice dropped the Wildman 4th-down pass. And Travis
Kelce just ain't got no hands these days. No. He just ain't got no hands these days, bro.
This is the 2nd game that happened. When he put it right on the money in it, that drop he had against the Texans, it looked like he caught it and passed it, bro.
Yeah,
like,
literally. Literally.
It was terrible. So, and Mahomes could be better. He threw 2 bad interceptions. He could be better too, but I've seen the Chiefs look like this the last 2 years for real. Lamar, though, I have not seen this. So Lamar has been more disappointing to me.
I want to say this. Before I answer this question. Who's the best quarterback in the league?
Matthew Stafford. Jake Mack.
I mean, we throwing some interesting names out there right now because I think Stafford, he got to get thrown out there at this point. He's on pace to win MVP. Drake May might be all-pro 2nd team at this point. Like them the first 2 quarterbacks that come to mind. Darnold has had a good season, but I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say he's the best in the league. Josh Allen, he been kind of hit or miss. He has his Josh Allen moments, but he's been a little hit or miss. I can't say he's been the best. I think this playoffs is going to determine a lot.
Yes.
I think this playoffs is going to determine a lot as far as who's the best quarterback in the league because I can't give it to Mahomes no more. And it used to be a given that Mahomes is the best in the league. But now, last year, you brought it up, Joe. He's slowly kind of descending a bit. And it's no disrespect to him, but you brought up the numbers last year. You were saying last year he ain't been playing like a top 10 quarterback, if I'm not mistaken. That was your terminology. Really? And so now, going into this year, playing the way he's played, he can't hold on to that baton no more. Somebody else got to take it over. And I didn't mention Hurts for a reason. Obviously, you can't mention Hurts either. And so, before I say that, because I'm gonna talk about Lamar, I had to say that about Mahomes. The best quarterback in the league honors is up for grabs at this point, which is why I am most disappointed in Lamar. Because in a year where Patrick Mahomes is continuing his descent. The Kansas City Chiefs are continuing their descent. Josh Allen is this year. The Buffalo Bills I think they're 9-4, but they're kind of hit or miss, right? You got guys like Drake May on the come up. You got, the Jaguars and the Texans maybe on the come up in the AFC. You're looking like who's going to take this thing over, and Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens are nowhere to be found. And you said it best, Joe. You can't put it on the defense because the defense has won you some of these games post-bye week. They have flat out won some of these games post-bye week, holding teams to under 20 points. Now the Bengals game, that was different because the Bengals lit them up. So that kind of was what, even though Lamar didn't play well in that game either, the Bengals kind of lit them up. So that was what it was. But outside of that, the defense ain't been terrible. They wasn't amazing versus Steelers, but they put Lamar in position. They put him in position, and Lamar has not answered the call. And I meant to say this about Jalen Hurts. I'm saying it about Lamar right now. I know Lamar was dealing with a hamstring issue, and so that might still be a slight issue now. Lamar, if you can't run, bro, he's a different player. And I'm not saying that to say that he can't throw the ball from the pocket. I'm not saying that to say he's not quarterbacky and, I'm not doing all that. But what I'm saying is when he's able to use his legs, it's a different dynamic that teams have to game plan. You got to defend him differently. And Lamar really ain't been running I don't know what is up with him and Jalen, because Jalen's not Lamar. But, bro, sometimes just run, bro. It opens up everything. They got to defend you different. Now those linebackers are stuck. Now those DBs got their eyes in the backfield and receivers are running behind them. Mm-hmm. But if you're not a threat to run anymore, and you sit in the pocket trying to consistently be a pocket passer when you have running lanes to gash teams for 20, 30, and 40 yards, which is your superpower, and you're not using it, you handicap the offense, bro. You handicap the offense. It's literally, I meant to say that about Jalen, because remember in that game against the Chargers, he had a play in OT where he ran for 20, 30 yards, but then they got called back for a holding. And I was telling my wife, I'm like, he could have been doing that all game. You have running lanes. Run, bro. Just run, bro. Like, what's up with not running? I'm confused. But anyway, Lamar has to get back. Running read option with Herbert.
With one hand.
With one hand, bro. And he was killing us off of it.
Yeah, he was.
But I say all that to say, I think the fact that Patrick Mahomes is in this conversation makes me more disappointed in Lamar that he's also in the conversation.
Yeah, it's like
ain't no way Patrick Mahomes having a down year and is not standing in your way. And the only teams that could potentially stand in your way of representing the AFC is Buffalo, New England, Jacksonville. Who else am I missing? Who else am I missing out there for real, Joe? In the AFC. I mean, come on, bro. Who?
Steelers.
I mean, come on. And this is the year that you're not playing at your best. And I can only give you so much with the injury thing, because, like we say in sports, if you out there, you out there. If you out there, you out there. Ain't like you got hurt mid-game and you ain't the same. No, you've been out there for a few weeks now. I know he's not practicing, but you out there. They still have opportunity to win this division. They need to win this division. And they need to make a run, Joe.
Yeah, they do.
I'm sorry. They got to make a run, bro. I'm sorry. I still think with Lamar being as great as he is, there is still, in my opinion, more than enough there. If he plays his game, that offensive line is bad. You know what you do? You run all over cats because they can't stop that. You're the most electrifying player in the sport, bro. We know when Lamar takes off and run, he can't be stopped. Mm-hmm. He can't be stopped, Joe. It's got to be Lamar. It's got to be Lamar. You already brought up the stats I already had down, so that's why I list the stats. My big overlying point is for Mahomes to not be relevant right now. Ain't no way you about to let Drake May sneak in there and represent the AFC potential. Are you serious? Are you serious, Joe?
No, for real.
Oh, my
goodness. This is the year to do it.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, this is a year to do it. I saw a post that said, It would be so Josh Allen and Lamar like to miss the playoffs when Mahomes missed the playoffs. That's crazy.
Terrible timing, bro.
That's
Terrible
crazy.
timing to miss the playoffs.
I do want to mention him not running the ball. I think the last 3 games he's been running the ball more. You look at last year, he didn't run. He ran the ball more than 9 times. On after week 6, he didn't run the ball more than 9 times. So in last game he had 7 runs. Before that 6 and 7. So he had 6. But he has been. My kids gonna love that. He has been running the ball though.
I'm saying. My bad.
That's why I said I don't think the last 2 games when I've seen from him, when I was, even though he had 7 rushes against the Jets, he looked hurt. I could see okay, he could have ran right there, but he didn't. He looked hurt. But against the Bengals and the Steelers, AJ, he looked healthy. That's why in my eye, I'm not gonna give him a pass because he don't look hurt. He just don't. Now if he's this mustering the strength, kudos to him, but you out there, my boy. I'm sorry. And Lamar is better than this. This is just like we got I feel like we both got higher standards for Lamar than we do for our own quarterbacks, especially in the regular season. That's come on, Lamar. You are arguably the best. When Mahomes is down, we should have been right now. Lamar the best quarterback in the league. That's what we should be saying right now. And that's why it's I'm so disappointed in him. And like you said, Carl said this before. He said maybe this is a year we get to the playoffs through the back door, and then we win everything. I'm like, hey, maybe, but the way y'all looking,
but you gotta get there. It's no way you missed the playoffs this year. And I also want to respond. Excuse me. I want to respond to this before we get to the pickems really quick. It's about timely runs. It ain't just about how many times you run. Because I think you should run more than 7. I think you should average 10 rushes a game. Easily. Not only from scrambles, but from read option. Lamar should be running the ball at least 10 times a game. But it's about timely runs. Those crucial third downs. It's sometimes he takes sacks he ain't got no business taking, Joe. We could talk about the offensive line all we want. It's too many times where you got to run the lane and you patting the ball or you trying to maneuver in the pocket when you could just run, bro, and take off and get a first down.
He took a second in the game.
I mean, come on, bro. That he didn't have to take, bro. Like he some of them sacks he don't have. You know your offensive line is not good.
Oh my God.
Herbert knew last Monday night his offensive line wasn't good. He started running all over the place.
He was taking off. You're right.
I mean, come on now.
Right.
Come on now. And it gashed her. He led them in rushing.
You're right. He took off. And it was time he was running into sacks, but I was like, all right. He put the pressure. So I'm taking off. And I do want to say this, Carl, too. I must have had the footage. We can move on, AJ. The last play of the game, first of all, it was the worst 2-minute drive I seen when they were about to end the game. Like, they got the ball back, and they could have won, and that 2-minute drill was terrible. The last play of the game, when he got sacked, it was 8 seconds on the clock, AJ. And everybody, and then all the DBs are backed up. I'm like, bro, Lamar, you a command audible and tell one of these receivers just throw the ball to the sideline, get a little closer. You know what I mean? Instead, everybody did a go route. And now he's patting the ball, he's running, and then he gets sacked.
Yep.
It's like, dog, somebody could have easily just ran to the flat, just throw it. Remember what we did to the Bears?
Yep.
Just get a little quick one in. Get a little quick, because they were in striking range to get a touchdown. Literally,
right.
I think they were on a 20-yard line or 30-yard line. Bro, get an extra 8 yards easily. And then you got 20 yards on the last play. That's pretty. But that was on the mark. But let's move on to the pick'ems, though.
Let's get to these pick'ems. Hey,
you did good, man.
I want to say, Joe, if it wasn't for the Eagles, that kind of hurt. But I've been on a little hot streak, Joe.
These last 2 weeks, you've been cooking.
These I think it's last 3 weeks. I've been on a roll. I didn't have a winning record these last 3 weeks, man.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I didn't delete that. I did not play part, but
I
went 7-7, man.
I wish I could quickly look at this real quick. Let me see really quick if I can. Oh, I can. So last week I went 10-4. The week before that I went 10-5. The week before that I went 8-6. I've been heating up, bro. I've been heating up. So again, if you're trying to make a little money, your boy AJ heating up. Now I'm a little biased with my birds, so you might not want to always go with me with them. But all these other picks, hey, rock out. Now I don't know what the spread is with this Raiders game, but whatever it is, I'm going with Philly. I'm just gonna put that out there now.
Yeah, man. You know, I went 500. I gotta catch it. I got some weeks left though. I got time. Let's get it, y'all. All right, let's go. You got it?
Yes, sir. I got it up. All right, so we got
3 weeks.
Yep, we got the Atlanta Falcons at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Buccaneers are favored in this matchup, -4.5.
Hold on.
Am I on the right week?
No, you're right. I'm on your thing.
Okay.
I'm on your thing. Hold on, let me back up. I'm way ahead. I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm way ahead. All right, here we go. Falcons and the Bucks.
The Bucks been struggling.
They have. I actually won the spread. I picked the Saints on my spread. Yeah, I knew they. But the Falcons, man, this is Drake. Give me the Bucks.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Bucks as well. Next, we got the Cleveland Browns at the Chicago Bears. The Bears are favored in this matchup, -6.5 at home. It's supposed to be like -20 degrees outside for that game.
It is.
You heard that? I'm gonna go with Chicago. That cold, I think, gonna mess with them, bro.
I'm going with the Browns.
Okay, I like that. See, I want to pick Shedeur, but that weather is a little crazy. So I'm gonna just go with Chicago. I'm gonna go with Chicago. Next, we got the Baltimore Ravens at the Cincinnati Bengals. That spread is awfully close. The Ravens are favored in this matchup, -1.5 on the road against the Bengals. I'm gonna go with the Ravens.
Me too, but why are they favoring when the Bengals beat them in Baltimore?
That's a good question.
Well,
that's a good question.
Just 2 weeks ago. I'm going with the Ravens too, though.
I'm gonna go with the Ravens. Next, we got the Chargers at the Chiefs. I will say this. I have not said this yet. What adds to the fact that we lost is the fact that we lost the goddamn Herbert.
Just to Herbert.
Gosh, bro.
Yeah, I left you alone with that one. I wasn't going to say nothing about that.
Oh, my gosh. I know I'm going to have to pay for that later, but whatever. You live and you learn. Give me the Chargers. Yeah, give me the Chargers in that matchup.
Same.
To cover. I think the Chiefs might win, but I think the Chargers going to cover.
Same. It's going to be a 1-possession game.
Yeah. Next, we got the Buffalo Bills at the New England Patriots. The Bills are favored in this matchup, -1.5. Probably the biggest game of the week because people love Josh Allen. People got faith in Josh Allen. I didn't say the spread for which one, Carl. Probably the Chargers one. The Chiefs are favored in that matchup, -5.5. And I'm going with the Chargers +5.5. But yeah, Buffalo at New England, the Bills are favored -1.5.
I'm going with the Patriots. I got them winning this game.
You know what, bro? I'm gonna go with Buffalo. I think the Pats due for an L, bro.
I think they are too, but I got a feeling they're gonna win this game, bro. And if they don't, Bills win by 1.
I feel that. Yeah, I'm gonna rock out with Buffalo. See if they can get it done. Next, we got the Washington Commanders at the New York Giants. Remember, no Jayden Daniels this game. The Giants are favored in this matchup at home, -1.5. I'm gonna go with the Giants with Dart.
As much as it's gonna hurt me, I'm going with the Giants, dog.
I feel that.
Yeah, bro. I have no reason to pick it. That's been 8 in a row.
Do you think they're gonna put Jayden back out there?
No, he's not. He's not playing. They already ruled him out.
I'm talking about in general for the season.
Bro, I have no idea. I hope they don't.
I feel that. Next, we got that's a big spread. We got the Raiders at the Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles are favored in this matchup, -13.5. That's a big spread.
It is. I'm gonna take a leap of faith and go with the Raiders. That's a big spread.
That's a big spread.
But it's the Raiders, though.
I'm gonna rock out. I'm gonna go with the Eagles. What's the name? Kenny Pickett out there. They're not even playing the starting quarterback. This game is in Philadelphia. I'm gonna go with the Eagles. The cover. Next, and I would love to win by that much.
They got a terrible offensive line.
Yep. I think we should be straight. Next, we got the New York Jets at the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Jags are favored in this matchup, -12.5.
Dang.
That's a nice size spread too.
It is.
Wouldn't be shocked if the Jets caught them slipping a bit. I think they are, but the Jags gonna win. I think the Jets cover.
Yeah, same. That's too big. Cover. Yeah, we're on the Jets too.
We got the Cardinals at the Houston Texans. The Texans are favored in this matchup, -7.5.
I'm gonna go with the Cardinals.
I kind of feel like the Cardinals cover too.
But this is their defense. But I'm gonna go with the Cardinals.
Next, another big game, even though it's in two different conferences. We got the Green Bay Packers at the Denver Broncos. The Packers are favored in this matchup on the road. They might need this one down the line. I think they will. The Packers are favored in this matchup on the road against the Denver Broncos, -1.5.
Whew, it's gonna be tough, but
I think I'm gonna pick the Packers though.
me too. I'm going to the Packers to get the dub.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with the Packers. Next, we got another big game in the NFC. We got the Detroit Lions at the Los Angeles Rams. The Rams are favored in this matchup at home, -4.5.
I think it'll be a close game, but
I pick the Lions to cover.
But I'm going to pick the Rams to win. By more than
The Rams to cover the 4.5.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Go with the
I got Detroit. I like what I seen from Detroit against Dallas, and I know it's Dallas and they not the Rams, but it looked like they starting to get they mojo back a little bit. So I'm gonna go with Detroit. Next, we got the Carolina Panthers at the New Orleans Saints. The Panthers are favored in this matchup, -2.5 on the road. I'm gonna go with the Panthers as well.
Me too. But the Panthers are weird on the road. They're very weird.
This is facts.
But give me the Panthers though.
I feel that. We got the Tennessee Titans at the San Francisco 49ers. The 49ers are favored in this matchup, -13.5.
Give me the Niners.
Give me Tennessee. That sounds crazy, but give me Tennessee to cover that.
Oh man.
Next we got this spread. Well, Danny Jones just got hurt, but is Phillip going to be the starter for the Colts?
They said he has a chance. He has a possibility. Give me Seattle -10.5.
Lord have mercy.
Against Seattle too.
So yeah, the Colts on the road against the Seahawks. The
Give me
spread for Seattle is in favor of Seattle -10.5, and I am going to take 10.5 in favor of Seattle until I see what old man Rivers got. We got the Vikings at the Dallas Cowboys. I wish this game was in Minnesota because I low-key predict the upset, but I just don't know. The Cowboys are favored in this matchup against the Vikings at home, -6.5. I'm going to go with Dallas.
Me too. I'm going with Dallas.
And last but not least, Monday night, we got the Miami Dolphins at the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Steelers are favored in this matchup, -3.5.
Carl says Seattle.
Carl silly.
I'm going with Miami.
Ooh.
That's 3.5.
I'm gonna go with the Steelers at the crib.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with the Steelers at the crib.
All right.
And that's it, man. Hopefully I can keep this hot streak going, man. Hopefully I can keep this hot streak going, man. Win y'all some money. Win y'all some money.
So let's wrap this up. My last word, shout out to the whole Refuse to Lose network. Shout out to everybody on AJ's platform, Time Out that's watching. Shout out to the whole R2L community. We appreciate everything y'all do, to keep the community flowing throughout the day, 24/7. And Commanders, man, be smart. Come on, man. Just be smart. Just let the man sit, man. Let the man sit and let Marcus Mariota start. Shoot, last game of the season, start Sam Hartman if you have to. So we get a high draft pick. But Kings, we trash. And I know that though. Shout out to Westbrook getting triple doubles. Levine dropping 40 balls on Miami. But at the end of the day, we're not a good team. Get rid of Doug Christian in the year, which I vouch for. Get rid of him. And just revamp it. Like, trade the Rose if you could before the trade deadline. And Sabonis if you could. And then just start over from scratch, man. And that's it, man. Texas, we didn't get into the tournament. We were the second team out. It is what it is. Shout out to Miami though, University. I was rooting for y'all to get in. Y'all got in. Yeah, man. That's all I got for you. My team is not good right now.
That's tough. That's a tough space to be in again, bro. After what we just seen. I also forgot to mention during the Commanders topic, man. Y'all get a high draft pick, bro. That'll be big for y'all. Anyway, Appreciate everybody for tuning in. My last words. Thank you to everybody, like Joe said, on my channel, on the Refuse to Lose channel. Appreciate all of y'all. It's been fun, Joe. Great episode today. Listen, bro. Eagles, listen, bro. Just get it together. That's all I ask. And mainly Jay Hurts, because it seemed like everybody else starting to get it together and you struggling. Bro, just go back to how you was playing, protecting the football. And you will at least go into these next 2 weeks 2-0. If you just protect the ball, protect the football, play your game, run. If it's there to run, run. I thought in the Super Bowl at times you could have threw the ball and you decided to run. And that's okay. Run. Just run. That's all I had. Take off. Get out of the pocket. Make plays. Be who you are. Respond. I still got faith in you. The team still got faith in you. Some of the fans, they childish and they spoiled. Some of these people, you could tell they young. We got 16-year-olds, 17-year-olds. Bench them, put in Tanner McKee. You guys don't know the struggle. You didn't see the Jeff Garcias and the Kevin Cobbs and the Sam Bradfords. Y'all didn't see those days. So y'all don't know how to treat a guy like Jay Hurts. Y'all just don't know. But it's all good. It is A-okay. It is A-okay. The Eagles will be straight. Calm down. Get it together. End the season strong. And once you get in the dance with a home playoff game, you are in the dance with a home playoff game, and everything is up for grabs. So let's just get there. And Lakers, I keep saying this. Keep doing y'all thing, bruh. Y'all still playing. Y'all struggling right now with the Spurs, which is kind of reasonable. But keep doing y'all thing. Bron chipping in when need to. Austin Reeves averaging dang near 30. Luka averaging dang near 35. It's been sensational to watch. I got no complaints about LA. When the Eagles done, I'm a transition pretty seamlessly to these Luka Lakers. I ain't gonna lie. It's gonna be a very seamless transition. I ain't gonna lie to you. So, contrary to belief, I'm feeling good. And most importantly, Joe, I'm feeling unfazed.
Unfazed. Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.